Hello everyone. You must have noticed that in the recent past, you have been bombarded with advertisements inviting you to invest in gold in the digital form. And a lot of you have been messaging me asking me, is this the right time to invest in gold? Well, this video is not about whether it is the right time to invest in gold. उसके लिए मैं separate video बनाऊंगा. What this video is about is which is the best form to buy gold in or which is the best form to invest in gold. क्या हमें physical form में gold खरीदना चाहिए? Or is it better to buy gold in a digital form? Or should we go for the sovereign gold bonds? That is what this video is going to be. So if you are interested in learning more about it, do stick around till the end of the video and do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload such content. So without any further delay, let's begin. See, we Indians are passionate about gold. We love buying gold, whether it is on account of festivals, marriages, or just from the point of view of investment. We just love gold. And the bigger issue is that we love buying gold in a physical form. We like to have gold in our homes. But having gold in a physical form has its own disadvantages. Now, what are the disadvantages? See, the first disadvantage is storage. Now, of course, the size of gold is not very large, but the problem is you have to store it in a secure manner. Otherwise, you are always going to be worried about its security, right? So the first thing is that you need to store it securely. That's the first headache. The second disadvantage of buying gold in a physical form is that whenever you buy gold, you will have to pay 3% GST. That's an indirect tax. Fine. The third disadvantage is liquidity. See, if you ever need money immediately on an urgent basis, then it is slightly inconvenient if you have gold in your pocket. Of course, you might say, sir, I can easily convert it into cash. Absolutely. But then you will have to take that gold to a jewelry shop, right? And then have it converted into cash. Sell it to the jewelry shop and have it converted to cash. But then you are going to face certain other issues in the shop. The shopkeeper is going to question you about the purity. Then he is going to deduct some making charges or making losses, right? Effectively, you might receive a little less than what you had hoped for. So the third issue is that it is not extremely liquid. The fourth issue is about purity. Because when you buy gold, you have to be assured of its purity. If you buy it from some local unknown shop, there is a chance that you might not get 100% pure gold. So there is always a risk of landing up with adulterated gold, right? So that's your fourth problem. The fifth problem is when you sell gold and if the gold prices have appreciated, you are going to end up with capital gains on which you will have to pay capital gains tax. Now that's another taxation burden. Of course, the first taxation burden was GST, which is an indirect tax. This would be an incidence of direct tax. The sixth problem is small savings are not possible. See, if you want to invest in gold, you can't invest 100 rupees in gold. You have to minimum buy at least 1 gram, right? Now, as of today, assuming that gold prices are at about 50,000 rupees per 10 grams, you would require a minimum investable amount of 5,000 rupees to buy 1 gram. If you have, say, 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees, you cannot buy gold. So there is no way a small investor can channelize his, petty investments or small investments into gold. And finally, when you invest in physical form of gold, remember you're not deriving any regular income from that investment. So for all practical purposes, the only income that you can expect to earn from that investment would be capital appreciation. There's going to be no regular stream of income coming to you. So these are the disadvantages of holding gold in a physical form. So the next thing we talk about is investing in gold in a digital form. Now, what exactly do we mean by investing in gold in a digital form? Well, simple. Think of it like holding a bank account. See, when you have a bank account, and let's say you have a bank account with Kotak Mahindra Bank and your friend has got a bank account with SBI. Now, you will realize that your money in the bank is in an electronic form. After all, your money in the bank is only represented by an entry in the passbook, right? The bank has not kept your money separately somewhere in a physical form. So if you want to transfer money to your friend, you don't need to physically go to the bank, withdraw cash, then go to your friend, give him the cash, and he in turn goes to his bank and deposits the cash. That's not necessary, no? You can just open your mobile banking app and transfer money electronically. Similarly, the way you hold shares in a demat form. You're not having physical shares in your home, right? You're holding it in a demat form. And when you want to transfer those shares, all you do is issue demat instruction. Just like you are holding shares and money in an electronic form, similarly, now there are ways and means by which you can hold gold in an electronic form. So you can open a electronic gold account with a number of reputed players who have now started offering these services. And this is exactly the advertisement that you see you are being bombarded with. So you can open a digital account in which you can buy gold in a digital form. What are the advantages of buying gold in a digital form? Does it remove all the disadvantages of holding gold in a physical format? No, it does not remove all the disadvantages of holding gold in a physical format. Yes, it does remove certain disadvantages. Let us see what are the disadvantages it removes and which are the ones that still remain. First, you don't have to store gold physically. Now that is one disadvantage which is being removed. Second, it is extremely liquid. Just like you sell shares through your mobile app, same way, whenever you want to sell this gold, just place your order for redemption and you will get your money immediately, instantly. So it is extremely liquid. So it solves the problem of storage and it solves the problem of liquidity. Third, purity. Since you are buying the gold and storing it electronically with the same person from whom you purchase the gold, there is no question of purity arising when you try to sell the gold. Because understand, when you are selling the gold, you are selling it to the same person who sold the gold to you in first place. So he's not going to question his own gold. Okay. So the issue of purity is removed. Then a person can invest even 50 rupees in gold. Now, how is this possible? See, since gold is being held in an electronic form, a person need not buy 1 gram or 10 grams of gold. Not necessary. Even if he has 100 rupees, he can buy gold. He can hold gold in a fractional form because he's not going to take physical delivery of the gold. Right? So, small savings is possible. So, these disadvantages which were there in the physical mode of holding gold are being removed by the digital form. But the digital form still has certain disadvantages. When you buy gold, you will still be subject to 3% GST. Right? Second, when you sell the gold, you will still be subject to capital gains tax if there is capital gains. And third, there is no regular stream of income which you can earn from this purchase of gold. So now you will see that while holding gold in a digital form has got its own set of advantages, it certainly does not eliminate all the disadvantage of physical gold. Right? Okay. So as compared to physical gold, digital gold is slightly better. Okay. Now let's look at the third method, and which is the method I prefer the most. And by the end of this video, you will realize why. Sovereign gold bonds. See, these sovereign gold bonds are issued by the government. These bonds are issued at periodical intervals. So you can buy it whenever you want, and these are traded on the stock exchange, just like any other equity instrument. These are traded on the stock exchange. The instrument code, if you want to check up on this, the instrument code is SGB. You can try typing in SGB, sovereign gold bond, SGB, and you will see that these are being traded, and these have different maturities. First of all, you are holding gold in a dematerialized format. So your question of storage is not there. So it definitely eliminates the problem of storage. There is no question about safety because you are not holding gold in a physical form. So the issue of safety is also resolved. When you subscribe to these gold bonds, you are not subject to GST. So you save 3% there. Okay. Fourth, it is liquid. Understand, these are traded on the exchange, right? So you can sell it whenever you want. So as far as liquidity is concerned, there is no issue, but there is certain thing about liquidity which I'll discuss right after I discuss the other points. So just wait for it. Purity, no problem. Small investment, possible. And the most important thing, when you redeem the bonds, remember the bonds are going to be redeemed at the price at which the gold is prevailing on the day of redemption. But the capital gains, if any arising from the transaction, is exempt. And finally, the icing on the cake, you earn 2.5% income on the amount invested. Now, if you look at the features that gold bond offers, you will realize that it is removing almost all the problems associated with holding gold in a physical format, and also the residual problems which were still left unattended by holding gold in a digital format. Sovereign gold bond removes all of it. But when I said liquid, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. One is that they have a lock-in period of 8 years. Now you might be wondering, what is this lock-in period? You just mentioned that they are liquid. Hang on, I'll just explain this. You can get it redeemed with the RBI at the end of 8 years. If you do that, then the capital gains will be exempt. Else, RBI also gives you an option to redeem it at the end of the 5th year. But in that case, your capital gains will not be exempt. Thirdly, if at all you want to sell these bonds, you can always sell these bonds in this market where they are traded. Now, the problem with selling these bonds in the market is that the market price of these bonds are slightly at a discount to the current prevailing price of the gold. So if the price of gold is 50,000, maybe these bonds would be trading at say 47,000 or 48,000. So now, if you are a seller of these bonds and you plan to sell them in the market, you are at a slight disadvantage. But instead of looking at it as an advantage, I would want you to look at it as an opportunity. If you want to buy the bonds, why to get it from RBI, which is going to sell it to you at the market price? Buy it from the market, no, where it is trading at a discount. Buy it from the market, and for redemption, go to RBI, because RBI is going to pay you the market price of the bond. Right? So I would not look at it as a disadvantage. In fact, I would try to look at it as an arbitrage opportunity. So if you want to buy gold, sovereign gold bonds, buy it from the market. You will get it at a discount. And when you want to redeem it, have it redeemed with RBI. You will get the market price of the bond. This is of course subject to the condition that you are in a position to hold these bonds throughout their lock-in period. Right? So from all this discussion, the point that emerges is that, in my opinion, the best mode to invest in gold is through sovereign gold bonds. One is, you're not holding gold in a physical form. The capital gains are exempt. You don't need to pay GST. And more importantly, this does provide you with a regular stream of income. Yeah, you might say 2.5% is less. Absolutely. But then at least it is better than nothing. No, because when you hold gold in a physical form, you're getting nothing. So at least this is better than that. Right? So if you are looking to invest in gold, invest in gold. See, if you want to buy gold for your personal consumption, that is for wearing, then of course you need to buy it in physical form, right? You can't hang your certificate around your neck. So I'm not talking about the consumption use of gold. But if you ever plan to invest in gold purely from a point of view of investment, I think sovereign gold bond is the best way to go. So I hope you found this video helpful in helping you take a decision as to which mode to invest in gold. At the cost of repeating myself, if you like this video, please do share it and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, not to mention the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a content. That's all for today's session. Stay fit, stay healthy, and ciao.